It's October 5th, 2021. I just got finished. I did the artwork during the Ort cloud of my mention of my Mayan calendar, baby. I don't have artwork at the moment readily accessible. I didn't make a documentation of the Gregorian calendar, children. All right, so now it's October 5th, which is 10//05/2021. So October 5th, year 2021. So it's 20th Century Fox. It's second decade plus 1 year. I am century 19, decade 7 plus 8 year. Linda and Lou are now in their 70s. And she just stopped working now in this version of human, in the state of New York, in the North America. I just learned this morning about some migration technique of something that's calling itself Colombian, that's going up through a Darien Gap I had never heard of, and then landing on the Panama side, and then walking itself into North America and just disappearing into I don't know what, and I don't know why it's here. Apparently it's voiding Haitian something or Haiti something. I don't know. Linda just in painted correctly, so get a full spectrum. On the television in broadcasting, they have some equity healthcare person. He calls himself a doctor. I can't verify any of this, but he's chocolate skin or dark skin, and he is with this new healthcare and new system that they've got here, where they build themselves hospitality and future beds on like 100-year plan, while I'm stuck in an orc field and a debris field problem after the great grape rape, which produced the orc field debris. We went from being a healthy orb, ORB, into a raped debris field of ort, ORT. So now, in this debris field, I'm in New York City. I'm in Queens County. Linda and Lou are on a health plan, as am I. But from their 70-year point of view, if they need care for a wound or a pain of some sort, the physique on the outside is not being fixed with the PSI pressure. Nobody's even addressing that issue. What they've done, though, is they've come up with a way to pay for the humans to go see other humans, who then convince them to take magic pills or magic shots in the dark. And then some of the humans, they'll snort drugs, and they seem to be like a pleasant bunch. They seem to have a good time and enjoy one another's company until the next day, and then they hate everybody again. But with Lou and Lynn's drug addict bunch, they give them pills for their hearts, for their thyroid, for their water pressure inside the blood pipe system. They've got them hooked on a whole lot of other kind of drugs. And then they send them to rehab, but it's not the same rehab as the celebrities get that have tattoos and like to snort stuff. No, that's a different rehab. The rehab for Lynn and Lou's age is more geriatric, they call it. Those are the sounds. Like they get aches and pains, and now they got to go see somebody. It's like a fitness instructor to go, don't forget to move your joints. Right, yeah, okay. And then they are really a pathetic bunch of humans, I'm not going to lie. So, but they got away with this for so long, building this system of brokenness and not addressing the real issue with the PSI pressure and the humans breaking and anticipating this and having beds ready and whatnot. Right, okay, they accomplished that because they created something called a healthcare system where they have a money cycle inside of this industry where they promise jobs and things, tasks for the humans to contribute and be helpful. They'll get some kind of pay, they'll have some kind of stipend to go work in some kind of economy, whatever, and quietly embed themselves dangerously in somebody else's backyard. But what they do is they'll give my parents, who were not drug addicts when I was born, now they're drug addicts, but they're the geriatric drug addicts. So I call it synthetic as opposed to like natural botanicals and elixirs, but whatever. So now, my geriatric drug addict participants, they get this free health care where everybody pays for their drugs. Get this, drug addicts that go to a different rehab. They pay for their drugs. They pay for them to go to the doctor to get the bad advice to keep this broken system going, of lies, and are hurting people in actuality, and nobody's ever fixing the real issues. And then they call it insurance. Insurance for whom? Like, if my parents are sick, yeah, I need somebody to pick up the tab because it wasn't their fault. There's bigger things going on. But this ball of wax is getting worse and worse as it progresses. And you're feeding into a negative feedback system that wasn't working and now is making it a money opportunity to keep it not working. And so now Lynn just got this thing from the insurance company. They're like, Medicare won't pay for you to get your rehab, your legs done. Like, they won't pay for you to go see Sven, the physical therapist, because they're thinking it's not a real injury. Right, got it. Okay, so she's like, okay, well, I'm not paying for it out of pocket. Great. So they made it a little difficult. She doesn't really need it. So whatever, we move on. But sometimes, like, they make like, you can't avoid the doctor, like when Lou needed to go for some quadruple bypass. Well, why the fuck are you allowing the shitbag kids at computer engineering to ruin his heart pump through the pressurized system that nobody's addressing and fixing in actuality? So this way you let the, like, kids who are just keeping themselves busy between drug addicts in the geriatric field and, like, the, like, kids that everybody doesn't want to employ. Like, there's different levels of humans, apparently. Right. Lynn just told me there's something called Third Rock and some John Lithgow. John Lithgow, now he would have been a really great dad or uncle to know. Like, he's got my personality and humor level, in dry humor, but I don't really, Lynn was telling me about this show Third Rock. I've never seen it. She's like, it was really odd. It'd be right up your alley. I was like, universally, Lynn, it sounds like they scripted it off of my actual life, doesn't it? She goes, actually, that's why I'm mentioning it. I was like, funny. So now you've got this healthcare system that actively picks up all the costs of these kiddos that you're trying to convince need these heart things and these valves and these I mean, like, there are people who lose a limb and need a prosthetic. I'm not discounting them. I know that they do. But then there's an abuse of the system somewhere in all that articulation where a bunch of criminals are really getting away with not actually addressing the issues that are at hand that really need to be addressed. And I'm stuck in this prism, we'll call it prism, a detention camp, concentration camp. I don't know. I have to do a lot of thinking and a lot of observance, but I don't have any pay for any of the service that I've been participating in private medical journal, so I don't get punished by the crushing effects of when the real fatherland and motherland work their stuff out. Yeah, I don't want to be caught. I want to be on the dad's better side. I don't want to be on dad's bad side when that works out. And I'm not talking about Lou, because Lou's right now in a geriatric drug program and doesn't even know he's a drug addict. I'm just saying, he's got heart pills, cholesterol. Lynn's got thyroid, something else. I mean, they're all doped up on all sorts of stuff. I'm off of everything. I'm not even taking aspirin at this point because I don't really trust your chemists and poison artists. Oh, there's art. It's art therapy everywhere. Oh, check those words, please, at dads that actually care about me somewhere else in important jobs, because art therapy is how some of the criminals are getting away with some of the stuff that I'm trying to avoid and trying to protect the right people and trying to get to the correct man in my life. That would be nice. Star 1978, Star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza, Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. It is Earth, Solar System,